Hello, gang and gangettes. My name is Colin, or ASAC sees all, depending on where you're watching this. And I've never made a video like this before, but it's good to try new things. So bear with me. I'm a music major, second year, going for my bachelor's, and since high school I've been playing on a kind of no-name-y metal mouthpiece you can buy on Amazon. Shout out Sir Valor Sax. He did a video on it, and so I bought him on all of the sax ones. But I recently upgraded my alto mouthpiece and really liked the way I sounded compared to what I was playing on. And I figured, why not try on tenor? I'm getting more gigs, playing more, getting better. So it was time to just look. And so I've been looking on eBay, and I stumbled upon something interesting. As some of you may know, Jody ESP is one of the top mouthpiece makers, known by saxophonists up there with makers like Theo Wane and Berg Larson and whatever. He has the company Jody Jazz. You may know the DV, the Superjet, those kinds of things. Well, I'm not that old, so I only know of his newer stuff, but Jody Jazz has been around, I think, since the 90s, early 2000s. And he has a couple models that aren't in production anymore. And I found one that I thought was really interesting. So this is the Jody Jazz ESP Espina, I'm guessing. And it's got an interesting gimmick. So it has a removable baffle. Some of you may know, saxophonists, sometimes we like to take our mouthpieces and modify them. And people will take dental wax or blue tack, clay maybe, and make little wedges inside the mouthpiece to direct the air. A lot of mouthpieces come with their own kinds of baffles. This one comes with a very a low baffle, kind of auto-link-esque, but it comes with a removable one. And what's interesting about this removable one is it's got almost a spoon on the end. I don't know if you can see that. And so I saw this and I was like, what? Why does it look like that, And so I was trying to do research, look at some videos, and there was maybe 3 reviews online. This thing is from, the internet was around, but the kind of saxophone YouTube and that kind of thing that we have now just wasn't as big. So there was only one review with recordings, and it was good, but I wish there was something more. But I got it. And I figured, why not try to do one myself? So it's an interesting mouthpiece. Sounds good. I like it. But I took some pictures and videos, and I took some recordings, the sound, good sound quality. And I guess let's take a look. So here we're going to take a look at the mouthpiece with my extremely professional gloves. It is definitely a nice looking mouthpiece. I like the gold finish. The finish on this one is coming off a little bit on the sides. It is maybe 10-15 years old. The mouthpiece protector I put on myself. For anyone wondering the tip opening, it's 100 millimeters, or I guess is the measurement. We can see the low baffle inside there. I found on this mouthpiece, I play normally D'Addario Select Jazz, the Organics, specifically the Organics, and I like the 2 softs on this. 2 mediums would probably be better for most people. I'll talk about the sound characteristics at the end, but I think without the baffle, a slightly harder reed would probably benefit. We can see the baffle here with that spoon I was talking about. It has an up on the top to show you what goes up, but I think that's pretty self-explanatory. It just slides in and you push it down as hard as you can to get the best seal. There are some gaps between it and the mouthpiece. I didn't mention in the beginning, but I believe that Jody does now sell these for the new mouthpieces just as a separate accessory. So maybe this was his kind of test for that. But the mouthpiece itself is discontinued. So let's hear it. Well, if you enjoyed that or that was helpful, if you are buying this mouthpiece secondhand, let me know in the comments. Like I said, I've never made videos before like this, so if you have notes for me, let me know. The sound quality in the recordings, I hope it was good enough to kind of tell. Personally, I prefer with the baffle. I'm more of a bright player. My previous mouthpiece has a pretty high baffle naturally, so I like it that way. I found it was easier to play, it pushes more air through. Without the baffle honestly sounded a little tubby. I think maybe with a harder reed it would sound better. So that's my thoughts. I wouldn't necessarily just switch baffle in and out during a gig. So yep, if you have any questions, put them in the comments. I'm chronically online. I'll probably answer, and see you later, I guess.